melting off the moon, who waters earth with summer rain and brings the winter wind, who makes the flowers fall away and spring to life again. It's the Lord our God Almighty, and it's all at His command. He's got the whole world in His hands. Who hears our cries of hunger and gives us daily bread, and who looks inside our longing hearts and fills the emptiness, who's the comfort to the broken and who makes them whole again, who has the power to reconcile the soul of every man. It's the Lord our God Almighty, and it's all at His command. He's got the whole world in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands. The whole world in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands. When it seems that sun is setting on all the dreams you've had and the prayers that you offer up, get no answer back. When the weight of this old broken world's too much for you to stand, and you're dying for the kind of peace that you can't comprehend. You sang it as a little child, and you still can. He's got the whole world in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands. He's got the whole world in His hands.
Hey, it's been a while, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things changing, a lot of new things. I didn't want to shortchange any of the things that would have happened here, especially in this study. But as per usual, there's things going on that are paralleling what's being studied and what's being taught and what's being stirred up and all of that to come to the conclusion that He's got the whole world in His hands. That song has been very prominent in the last month or so. And it's very difficult to play and sing at the same time, but there are others too that we'll get to that I think are important and have been timely, that they've been emphasized in my life. Don't mind if I'm not sure if you can hear it. There's yard work going around next door, but just ignore it. It's not happening. It's not important. Just like in life, when there are times that we lack peace, that we lack a resolve in the situations that are going on, if we can, put aside for a second, first of all, that we're imperfect, that we'll never walk perfectly before the Lord and before man, but also if we can set aside and assure that we're not compartmentalizing certain things in our life from the Lord, that we are redeeming all of our time and all of our relationships and all of our motivations, and everything can be in the pot, reduced to this thing that says, I want to please the Lord. I'm offering my body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to the Lord. He is working in me both to will and to do according to his good pleasure. And he is working all things for good because I am called by the Lord and I love the Lord. He's got the whole thing in his hands. He's got my life in his hands. His spirit is working in me. He's producing fruit. He is making me effective. He's given me the ability and the opportunities to please him in a variety of different circumstances, in the diversity of the body and of life. All that taken into consideration. If there is a dry spell, sort of, a seeming ineffectiveness, not an abundance of fruit, and encouragement being wrought, we can still know that it really doesn't matter. That it's really not our concern. Our concern is our actions and our attitude. If we are desiring to honor the Lord, advance the gospel, edify the body, be an epistle read by all men, and our lifestyle, our style of decision making, the way that we walk, not necessarily the way, the steps that we're taking, but how we step, how to walk. If that is, all things considered, good, then everything else that happens in the grand scheme, in the scope of eternity, is just up to the Lord. And it being true that, again, we will not all be perfect, and also that God he produces beautiful results in the lives and ministries of sinful men, of tainted organizations. And he also allows struggles and trials in the lives of men that are sanctified to the Lord. Ask yourself the question, is my lack of peace because of lack of surrender? Is my lack of peace due to just my humanness, my finite understanding? Is my lack of peace due to the fact that I'm still in the middle of what God is trying to do, and it's just not yet time for him to show, to unfold the next thing? Ask yourself the question, no matter what's going on, what can I do here? What can I determine to desire that will be good, that will be beneficial, that will be profitable in my own spiritual walk, in the lives of others, and in filling up what is lacking in the afflictions of Christ? Not because God doesn't know what he's doing, or he did not complete the work, but because the work is now not to redeem mankind for making a way of salvation, for it has already been made. The war is over. We just battle, we just wrestle now. We just need to experience certain things and need to understand certain things, need to be deprived of certain things, need to be set apart for certain things in order to be used to the fullest extent that the Lord wants to use us. Do I know that that is true in my life, regardless of how it affects my relationships with my family, with the body, with especially those outside, regardless of what it results in financially and physically, regardless of how it can be perceived. If it is good in the eyes of the Lord, then forget about it and look forward to heaven. Look forward to the things that you know He is doing. And then let Him bless you with things that you did not realize He was doing and could never have known that He was doing, and also things that He has been showing you that He is doing. Let Him show them to you. What He has to say, what He has to unravel is much more important and much more comforting than what we think we could do, what we think should happen. That's a difficult thing though, because again, we're human. Because we don't know what's going on a lot of the time. But if I know what's going on right now, if I know where I'm going right now, then it's okay. It's been a strange decade or so, but the tares are maturing. The distinctions are being made. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Sanctify the Lord in your hearts, and then be still and know that He is Lord, and He'll give you the peace. He'll sustain you in His grace. He will be continually merciful to you every day, because He loves you. That's just who He is, and we're spoiled for that. But here we are, and so may it be so in your heart and in mine. And then just to know God, to be close to Him, would be more than enough and would be fulfilled in the hereafter. So in the meantime, we will see what happens and what we get through and what we go through and what He does because of it. So grace and peace and so forth. I'll be seeing you.